What's up guys, and welcome back to another video and another challenge video on F1 2016. Today it's one of the ones which you guys suggested down in the comments, and as you can see on the screen now, it's from EJ Motorsport, who said pit on lap 1 with the Lord Rio Haryanto and go to the end scoring points and beating Pascal Wehrlein. So you can see us now in qualifying, trying to get this Manor as high up the grid as possible. And first time out we didn't actually do too badly. We managed to put in a 1:14. So that managed to get us in about P7, but obviously there was a lot of cars that hadn't gone out. And then we try and, you know, improve our time, and there we go, ploughing straight into the wall and a puncture already. So that meant that we only actually had one spare set of tyres for qualifying, so we sort of put ourselves in with a chance of beating our first lap time eventually. You can see we're down in P18, but we're not at the back, so it's not all bad at this point. We managed to find a load of time in the third sector, which is pretty unusual around Brazil, so yeah, that's the track. I haven't even mentioned that, but anyway, we go 4/10 quicker and up into P16, so now you can see we are on race day. That was as good as we could get, so we're going to take a look through the grid now before we get into the main race. Leave a like down below if you do enjoy these challenge videos, and obviously always comment down below if you guys have any suggestions. But of course, it is an all-Mercedes front row with Raikkonen and Ricciardo in P3 and P4. There's no mod installed for this at all, so it is literally just the 2016 base game effectively. So yeah, we've got the Force Indians rounding out the top 10, Grosjean and Alonso, Kvyat, Button and Sainz and Gutierrez, and now you will be able to see ourselves there in 17th place, battling on ahead of Jolyon Palmer, shock, and also the two Saubers who are propping up the grid. But yeah, this is going to be a very, very interesting one. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts as to where you think we're going to finish in this race. But you can see that is the recommended race strategy. We are going to go all the way to lap 1 and switch onto the hard tyres straight away. So yeah, I wasn't quite sure actually what compounds were available in Brazil, but fortunately it is the hard tyres, so we are going to get straight into the race now, revving up to the 5 red lights, and away we go here. We're going to have to get a very, very good start, and we do just that. What a brilliant start. We're already up 4 places into 13th, we dive it down the inside. What a brilliant first corner it has been. The Force Indians are just about there, and we squeeze them out and are up into the top 10 after just the first Senna S. And there we go, up into P9. Bottas taking a look at Verstappen. Maybe we're going to be able to put it down the inside, but this is just what we needed. P9 already. So we've made up 8 positions, and obviously we're going to have to peel off into the pit lane at the end of this lap to pit and then go all the way to the end. So yeah, we needed that very early on in the race, and we have done just that. So we're going to go down the inside now of Bottas. Are we going to be able to make it stick? I think we have done just about. No, he has come back on the inside. We got quite a lot of wheel spin out of the previous corner, so he stays ahead of us, but we're going to just dive it down the inside once again. You can just see the very gung-ho manner go down the inside. That is me. So we're up into P8, but not for much longer. It's only going to be a maximum of 1 corner. So yeah, we come through here just trying to get some decent traction, and I think we just about managed to do that. So it's yeah, Max Verstappen ahead of us, but we're not going to be challenging him on the way into the pit lane. So there we go, we peel off. The blue arrow is there for us, and here we go. Can we slow it down in time? A lovely little lock up there. We're not going to be needing these tyres any longer, so it is no issue. And we're going to go all the way to the end of the pit lane. Already we're down into P22, and this is where the challenge begins. The extremeness in the extreme backmarker challenge. This is where it comes in. So we're fitting the hard tyres, as I said, and yeah, I think the aim is just going to be to try and put some decent lap times in as quickly as possible. I'm going to sort of monitor the gap to NASA just to see sort of what pace we've got and whether this is going to be a realistic challenge. So we've got it on Master AI, but I am using the pad. Whereas I do usually use the wheel, as I've mentioned many times in the previous videos. So yeah, we're out in P22, 15.3 seconds up to the next car. But yeah, we're skipping now on to the end of lap 5, just as some of the cars are coming to make their first and only pit stop. So we're still in P22, but that's not going to be the case for much longer. Our teammate Pascal Wehrlein is into the pits, and this will really give us a gauge of you know, how well we have managed to do. So we do come out ahead of him, and there is I think that, yeah, that's Nico Hülkenberg just coming out of the pits now. So we are just behind him, and I believe he was sitting in about P9 or P10 at the time. So yeah, we've actually managed to put in some decent laps. I mean, we have obviously lost positions, but this car it shouldn't be capable of scoring points. So yeah, managing to just about keep pace with Hülkenberg on these hard tyres and going up a few places now. You can see we're up into P18, and I believe that's going to come P17 soon, possibly. Yes, Daniel Kvyat in the pit, and you can see it's the two Force Indias ahead who started 9th and 10th on the grid. So we are very much in with a chance of scoring points in this Grand Prix. And now they are battling away on lap 9. We've reached the halfway mark, and it looks as if they've compromised each other there. Going through the center S's, so we're going to get on the DRS, and that's the first time we've actually got DRS or race, I believe. So yeah, we're up behind the two Force Indias, and if we're going to have any chance of scoring points, we're going to have to try and make a move on either one of the two of them. So the middle sector, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to stay on board here just to see how much we managed to gain on Hülkenberg. You can see through that right-hander, the sweeping right-hander, we actually gained quite a lot, and under braking once again, it's not just the concertina effect. We are actually closing up on Hülkenberg as we switch to the cinematic view. You can just see how close to his gearbox we are. And we're going to dive on down the inside. That could be the only opportunity we get. That's the thing. When you're driving in a slower car, as soon as you get an opportunity, you just got to go for it straight away. So we have done just that, and it has actually paid off. So we're up into P14, but of course we've still got quite a few drivers left the pit, and still very much keeping within touching distance of Perez. Look how much we've closed up on him there. And once again, we're going to get the DRS on lap 11. So this could be a chance to try and get ahead of the Mexican. So once again, on the DRS to the end of this straight, we don't seem to be gaining enough, though, in that first sector to make a move. It seems to be either into turn 1 or in the middle sector that is going to be our best chance of making a move. Talking in the middle sector, here we are once again, and as we come through the right-hander now at the end of Sector 2, brilliant little bit of closing up on Perez, but we just don't manage to get the traction through there. As soon as you go off the racing line at the end of Sector 2, you just don't seem to be able to get any traction whatsoever. So, yeah, coming through Sector 3 now, it's going to be very, very difficult to pass Perez and stay ahead of him, but we are very much in the slipstream now as we get towards the pit straight, which isn't really straight at all, so it's difficult to slipstream, but we do go down the inside with the DRS, and we have made the move. We're going to hug that inside apex so Perez can't come back at us, and it looks as if we have managed to do it. So we're going to go actually following Perez's car, and there's a car coming out of the pit lane there, and it's going to be Fernando Alonso, so this will be for a point scoring position, and we go around the outside of the Spaniard up into P10. Brilliant little move. He is on the soft tyres though, so he's going to be one to watch out for, especially out of the final corner where he's going to have superior traction. So yeah, this is it. This is where we're going to see whether it is going to be the case. So we get a very poor exit, so this is really going to give Alonso an opportunity, and sure enough, he's down our inside straight away. He doesn't need a second invitation, and we are going to have to brave it round the outside as it looks as if Perez and Hülkenberg are joining in on the action, but we dive it down the inside, and it looks as if we've managed to get the move done up into P9. So wow, there's someone in the pit lane, which obviously gives us an automatic position, but somehow we've managed to stay ahead of Alonso. I believe he's going to try and come back at us now. He's down our inside, so we're going to have to leave him the room, but he's just been squeezed out, and there we go. Alonso is round, and that has done him no good whatsoever. We've managed to pull a gap also over the Force Indias. We're going to take a look at the replay, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below on whether you think that is my fault for cutting him up or not. Quick disclaimer, I don't care because I need to do whatever I can to score points with Rio Haryanto. And sure enough, you know, Kevin Magnussen pulled off into the pit lane now by the looks of it. So we are up into P8 at the end of lap 13. And we've got a nice little gap behind. You can't see it there, but it was a few seconds to Hülkenberg. And we managed to hold it. There we go. P8 in an action-packed 25% race here at the Brazilian Grand Prix. We are ecstatic as we come across the line. The Indonesian has scored his first and only points in F1 for P8. So yeah, that was a really enjoyable challenge to do. I thought I'd mix it up again with the post commentary as well, but there you can see we took P8. Bottas, Verstappen, Massa, Ricciardo, Vettel, Hamilton and Rosberg were ahead of us, so I think we actually finished ahead of Raikkonen, which was pretty nice. But yeah, Hülkenberg and Perez rounded out the points, and Alonso fell a long way down. But if you have enjoyed this video, guys, do make sure to leave a like down below. Comment, as always, some challenge ideas if you have any for me. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.